I'm going to do my understanding of Proverbs 18:22 from a metaphysical standpoint, not a religious standpoint. That Proverbs is, "Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor of the Lord." Now, again, I must reiterate, this is not from a religious standpoint, it is from metaphysical. And there is a thing that happens when I hear people talk about this that are religious. They often really misquote it, and I guess it depends on the version of the Bible that you're coming from. This is the King James version, but what I've noticed is that they always say, "He that finds a wife, he that finds a good wife finds a good thing," and I know that's definitely not what it was because I'm reading it right here. What it is now, from the metaphysical standpoint, I'm going to break it down into two parts. So, whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing. So, the subject here is wife, and it's to be understood that wife is not going to be a literal wife, it's going to be a metaphorically, and the wife stands for emotion. Okay, and when you're finding something, you're discovering something, you're seeing it for the first time, it may be like Christopher Columbus style, what they just so happen to be there, and then they're like, oh, we found this, we discovered this. It's basically you're discovering emotions. You've always had these emotions, but you haven't really dived deep into these emotions. So when you discover how they play out and how you are to react with the emotions, then you're really kind of discovering a new portion of yourself. Now, the wife is one thing. If there is a wife, there must be a husband in this standpoint of understanding the laws of gender, because this is all about the laws of gender here and how they play out in our regular lives, not in how we deal with them socially now. It has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with their roles and how we are to act accordingly when we're dealing with a wife and a husband in a metaphysical standpoint, okay? So what happens is the husband finds out how the wife is, how acts, how discovers how the wife is. And it's very important so that there's a balance inside of the life of the combining the marriage, which is you as a whole person. You are the husband, you are the wife. The wife is the emotion, the husband is the thinking mind. And you have to be very aware of these aspects of yourself within your emotion. And now for the second part, and obtaineth favor of the Lord. So you're going to get favor of the Lord, but the Lord is the subject here, and the Lord is not what we perceive it in a religious aspect. It is the laws. The laws and the Lord are the same thing. The ruler, they rule over how things play out in this world. So we have rules and regulations in just about everything. You go to work, there's rules and regulations. You can't go to work in your underwear. You have to go to work looking appropriate for work. So there's rules and regulations in that aspect. There's rules and regulations in your family dynamic. There's rules and regulations in all different aspects of your life. So this is what we're talking about metaphysically. The laws are the Lord. The Lord and the laws are together, the rules and regulations. And it's like the laws are almost like a whole entity, like a person, but they are not. It is just how the laws of gravity, you will obtain great favor when you respect those laws, right? You don't have any problems. You're not walking off sides of buildings or anything like that. You're going to really be very careful with these laws. So, this is where they're coming from. It's just understanding these things. You're going to get favor. You're going to have good things happen to you when you obey the laws. And these laws are things to live by. So this is what the breakdown, the metaphysical breakdown of whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor of the Lord. And again, the Lord and law synonymous. Wife, you and you are wife is an aspect of you which is your emotion and your thoughts, and your just being is the husband that you must pay attention to. And how to utilize this in your regular life, this is very important. It's like you're really working towards getting something and you feel angst and anxiety. You have to pay attention to your wife, which is your emotions, and how you're feeling in that moment, and you curtail it A happy wife makes a happy life. So you recognize, I really want to get this thing. I really want to make this thing happen for me right now. And you're feeling anxious about it. You're feeling angst. You just feel what they call resistance. You take a step back and you're like, hold up, I am feeling this way. So you're recognizing, being aware of your emotion, and you're saying, you know what? No, no, no. I'm going to calm myself down. I'm going to act accordingly because I know that these laws say that if I do A, B, C, which is I think this way, or if I become this thing, if I act as if or assume or whatever it is that helps you get into the mindset of just being that thing, and pay attention to my emotions, which is my wife, which is the navigation system, the canary in the coal mine that helps me know, hey, this doesn't feel right, this doesn't feel good. Paying attention to her and how that aspect of ourself is feeling, especially the ones that may be hidden that we try to push down, and continually stay there. I'm going to abide all the laws and I'm going to get what I want. So that's how you utilize that in your regular life. And that's what this actually means in the metaphysical aspect as I understand it.